Now we should be good. Okay. Hey guys, welcome back to the Generation Optimistic podcast. So today I have a new guest. Introduce yourself.
Well, I'm Jay. I'm the owner of my clothing brand, Kings Moves Together, and I'm glad to be here.
All right. So when was the first time you decided like I'm gonna have a brand, I'm gonna do clothing and everything?
Yeah, well, I've been thinking about doing clothes since I was in like 7th grade, but the KMT, the Kings Move Together brand, that really was early junior year.
Of
Yeah.
high school?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
So yeah, that's when I got this started and, started designing and started creating pieces for it.
So are you like, do you do like graphic design and stuff, or is that how you started your design?
Yeah, I do. I have a team of designers as
Okay.
well, but recently I've been kind of relying on my own use of designs because I
Yep.
had prior knowledge of graphic design because I used to do like YouTube thumbnails and all that type
Okay.
of stuff. So I already had like pre-existing knowledge of how to do graphic design. So that's what I've been doing recently with the pieces I've been creating.
So when you first started your junior year, what did that like consist of? Like, did you were just like, I want a brand, let's do this, or?
It was basically that. Like I saw a lot of brands coming up, and one of my friends, he was actually telling me because I already had the KMT in my name from
Yeah.
YouTube because I used to be a YouTuber. I used to do YouTube very consistently. But once like he showed me that there's a whole other side of this that you could do, and like you already kind of have a brand name in your title,
You might as well just,
get started. Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so one of my friends, his name is Meech. He has a brand called Trenches. So I know like a little bit about like the clothing brand world, but
Yep.
like, what was your biggest challenge when it came to like starting it? Because you obviously already had the brand, the name, but then going into like making clothes, the
Yeah.
design processes, all that.
Really just trying to be as original as possible, and, trying to have my ideals that I have in my brand, of the unity, service, freedom that I have in every single piece of my brand, and also just creating something creative that everybody will like. And I mean, not everybody, because everybody not gonna like everything I drop.
Yeah.
But just making something that looks good and that I feel like I'll be confident rocking, and that other people would be confident
Other
wearing as
people
well.
can do too.
Yeah.
So, how did you bring your brand to our HBCUs in general though? Because I know that's like a
Yeah.
huge thing. Like we support people, who have brands and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. Like the first day I got here, literally I have it on my highlight in my brand page. I literally sold like 10 shirts the first day I got here, and that was like really good for me because I'm like, okay, hold on, this is a piece that I wasn't even gonna drop.
Yeah.
So to see it people showing this much amount of love to it, and I just got here, and nobody really knows who I am.
That says
and
a
I'm
lot.
it says a lot to the HBCU world. Like I give everything to the HBCU world because this made me look at my brand in a totally different light.
Yeah. So you say you started YouTube, you had the brand. So when you did YouTube, did you have like a meaning for it, like a certain message you wanted to bring, or did that come later on?
That really just came later on with the clothing brand because as I was thinking of what I wanted the brand to like, the ideas behind it to be, that's what came to mind when I started to bring it. But when I was doing YouTube, it was just KMT and that's it. Like I
Okay.
didn't really have, it was Kings Move Together, but I didn't flesh it out as much.
Yeah. So how long did you do YouTube for?
I've been doing YouTube like since I was 12, but that when I was J KMT because I had a different channel. That was about freshman year, sophomore year of high school.
So do you still do it or no?
No, I still don't do it, but I want to get back into it though. So very soon.
Yeah, for sure. And
Yeah.
then, so I know you said you did like thumbnails and stuff, and that kind of went over to you doing like the designs and everything.
Yeah.
So, like, do you have a team or is it just you solely who does
Designs?
it all? Yeah.
Well, yeah, I do have pre-made designers who make designs for me, and then I can purchase them and do all
Yeah.
that. But recently, like I said, I've been just trying to do it on my own kind of because obviously some people do need help with designs, but me, I feel like since I want to flesh this business out some more, I kind of feel like if it comes from my own head, it's going to be more genuine and more
Yeah.
authentic. So that's why I've kind of been doing it on my own. But I still do go back to my designers for help and stuff, because
And so when you meet someone, do you just be like, I got a brand, or does it like come later on?
it kind of just comes up because a lot of people on this campus, like especially at Morgan State, they know I have a brand. Like they see me and they be like, "Oh, you the owner of that clothing brand, right?"
Yeah.
Because like they see me wearing it every day almost. Like I got the hoodie on right now. I got the leather
Yeah.
jacket on. Yeah, like so. People they know I have a brand, so it's kind of like that's kind of a starting point for a conversation. They're like, "How do you get into that? What did you do for it?" And I just explain it, and then we become friends from there.
So what like piece of advice would you give someone who's like trying to start one, kind of in your same position, like they have some type of experience with doing some type of business, because YouTube is business for the
Yeah,
most part.
definitely.
So what would you like say to them?
I would say be original and have a good idea of what you want to do with your brand because there's a lot of brands out there, but the ones that really grow and the ones that really flourish, they have a true meaning behind the brand, like a true basis of what they want to happen. And don't do it for the money. Like, I know everybody says that,
Oh,
but
please don't.
because
You will
if
not get none in the
exactly.
beginning. Like,
Exactly.
it really has to be passion for sure.
Yeah, you have to be passion driven, because if you're not, and all you're focused on is the dollar amount that you can get from this, because there is a lot of money that is involved in this, you're not gonna go anywhere. Because at the end of the day, your main purpose should be making people happy through clothing. That's my main purpose. You know, because me, I like to dress up. I like to get fly. So when other people get fly in my clothes and they say, "Oh yeah, I feel confident rocking this," it's like that brings joy to my heart, because I'm like, "Yeah, I made that." And
I made that for someone.
exactly, yeah, and I made them happy while wearing that.
That's dope though, cause I know like I'm from Detroit, by the way. So it's like Detroit is like a hustle city for sure. So
Yeah.
you'll have people with brands and everything, but there's ones that stick out because, like you said, they have passion behind it. They really love what they're doing. So how would you kind of separate yourself from other different brands that might be in the similar like group as you? So like they sell like certain things that might not the same, but like
Yeah.
like jackets, hoodies, that type of thing.
Yeah, I feel like just the message that I bring across to my brand. You know, my brand Kingsman Together. It's just bringing people together as one. Even if you're not into fashion, even if you're not into clothes, bringing people together through creative means such as music, such as photography, such as videography. You know, I want that to come across as my brand message more than anything.
Yeah. Okay. So I obviously do the podcast and everything. How do you like? What's your inspiration process when it comes to designs? Because I know for me, I pick a song out for each podcast episode I'm doing, and that kind of inspires me for like creatively where I'm gonna go. So how do you? What's your inspiration process?
Really, my inspiration is everything that I see around me, especially at HBCU where there's so many creative people. Like, I know people who do photography, who do music. Like, I just used my friend John, his music, in one of the reels that I was making for this content I was doing. So really, it's just everything that I see around me in daily life. Like, I might see somebody walk across the quad in a fly fit, and I'd be like, hold on, I think I can make that, but in my way.
In your way.
Yeah. So it's
Yeah.
definitely just getting inspired by our surroundings. You know, I grew up in Chicago, so seeing different art in different places of Chicago, that's also a different inspiration for me.
Yeah. So, and like, where do you see yourself with your brand, but also just yourself in general? Like, let's do when you graduate from college and then 10 years from now.
Well, when I graduate from college, I definitely want to come back, you know, and just kind of do the same thing, just be a voice to people, because this is one guy I know, Saint. He has a brand, and you probably have seen it if you are in the HBCU sphere. He makes a lot of varsity jackets and different paraphernalia for different HBCUs. And he actually had a conference here, and he's a graduate here. And I got the chance to talk to him personally.
Yeah.
And he was just telling me, like, stay connected with everybody here, because these people will help you
Later on.
later on. So that's definitely what I want to do once I graduate. And then also I want this brand to be, you know, somewhere in the 6 figures, 7 figures range,
Yeah.
of course, because it's what I want to do. I don't do it for money, but obviously I do kind of want to get paid for
I mean,
this.
yeah, that's good. All
exactly.
your hard work.
And then 10 years from now, I want this to be seen everywhere, not just at Morgan State, not just at HBCUs, but everywhere. Like, I want people across the world wearing this. I already have some people across the world wearing it, but, you know, just on a bigger, just expanding, basically. That's what I
Yeah.
want to do.
And so, okay, would you ever have like someone come in and like help you when you get kind of like bigger? Because I know some people's like, we got a routine. I already doing what I'm doing. I don't, not that I don't need help, but it's just like we got a system. How would you go about somebody, offering to help you or that type of thing?
Yeah, I'm definitely open to help, like, as long as it's genuine help, because there's
Yeah.
good help and there's bad help. You know, some people will be in your ear talking nonsense, saying, oh, you need to do this, you need to do this. Like, are you owning this?
Or,
No, like, this
yeah.
is, but people who genuinely want to help me and genuinely are looking out for me and the rights and wrongs in business, because there is a lot of things that can go wrong in business. I feel like those connections are very important. So, yeah, I'll definitely be open to help. for
So
sure.
are there any mistakes you made that you like helped learn? Well, are there any mistakes that you made that like help you learn a lesson? So like, I did this, I lost this amount of money. I'm never doing that again because, have you ever had something like that?
Yeah, definitely. Like, just there's a pre-order method and there's a pre-made method when it comes to clothing. So pre-made is when you get everything made, different sizes, before you drop. But pre-order is like you drop and then you get the orders and then you send the orders to your manufacturer. They make it, you ship it out. So I feel like just doing pre-made a little bit too soon before having any hype for a product, that's probably the biggest mistake, because you can lose a lot of money off that.
Yeah.
And I did that. So, growing from that and learning from that. So, like, right now that I'm still a little bit smaller, I should start, just stick with the pre-order method. Maybe it takes a little bit longer to ship, but, as long as you're keeping your consumers updated with the production time, what's going on with your product and all that, you should be good. So I guess just learn from that, because you can definitely lose money off that if you're not doing it the right way.
Yeah. Have you ever had like, you know how they call it, like writer's block?
Yeah.
Have you ever had something like that, like with your brand?
Yeah, definitely. Just kind of rebranding and trying to figure out which lane I want to take this brand, because there was a time where I wanted to make more simple designs. And then there's times where I want to make more complex designs. So kind of just finding the medium between those. And I'm still trying to go through that, because it is a new year. I'm trying to figure out what products I want to drop, what the niche I want behind my brand. But just pushing through it and keeping on creating is really the best thing I can say,
Yeah.
'cause, yeah.
So how do you break down, because I want to know, I'm nosy. How do you break down like, okay, your costs for things? Because I know like I used to sell rugs. I mean, I still do. And so sometimes I like lowball people because I'm like, I can do this in this time, but it's like you still deserve more, than you're giving. You know what I mean?
I kind of try to have it so I want the production cost to be at least half of the price that I'm paying for it.
Okay.
So I don't want to price it crazy so people can't afford it, because I want my clothes to be affordable.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, I want my clothes to be affordable so people can actually buy it, and people, like, I'm in college, so people, some people are hard on money.
Yeah, but they still got to understand like it's quality though.
Yeah, exactly.
So it costs.
So I might price it at like a hoodie at $55, so it's like right in the middle. So it's not crazy like $80-something for a hoodie,
Yeah.
but it's still got the quality of that type of hoodie. But it's not just $20 and I don't make any money off that.
Yeah, you don't make nothing off of that. That makes sense. And then, so you have like a website and everything?
Yeah.
Okay, so do you strictly do through the website or do you do like handoff and stuff?
Yeah, I do handoffs at Morgan State. So, if you order from me and I find out that you go to Morgan, then, we can meet up somewhere. You have
And
to
then
hand it off
you
to
get
you and then boom, like that.
Okay,
But most of my things are off the.
got you. And then how do you like get your brand out there, I would say? So when it comes to just outreach to the community, like letting people know that you have this and try to gain customers, gain support, that type of thing.
Part of it is word to mouth because, like I said, a lot of people do know that I have a brand here on campus. But to the people that don't know, I wear it, like I said, almost every
All
day.
the
So,
time.
like, people will stop me and be like, where you get that from? Oh, yeah, I made it. Here's my
this is mine.
Instagram. Yeah, exactly. Like,
Yeah.
here's my Instagram. You can follow this. Here's my website. Boom, boom. So, kind of like that. That's basically how I do it.
And then have you ever connected with like people in like, SGA, people, because, they're everywhere. So I think it's good to like network with
Yeah,
them. I feel
definitely.
like.
Like, I got friends who wear my brand, like D, he's Mr. Rollins. He wears my brand a lot as well. And then I got friends who do photography who aren't even into SGA. So, like, people like Uter, she's in my brand sometimes. And I have people, just people in different spheres, basically. So, people who do photography, music, everything. I try to have my hands in all of that. People
Yeah.
who model. Sydney, I don't know if you guys know who Sydney is.
Yeah.
But, yeah, Sydney, I'm in connection with her.
With Upcycle, right?
Yeah,
Yep.
her.
I'm trying to get her to pod next too.
Yeah, definitely. She hard. Yeah. So definitely get in contact with her and people that model as well.
Yep.
That's just have my hands in everything.
So, okay, this is your brand, obviously. Do you want to expand it or like keep it where it's at and like try another field or something else? Or this is just like what you're sticking to?
Well, I've kind of been expanding with content because, like I said, I used to do YouTube, and that's always kind of been my passion to do content creation.
Yeah.
So kind of leaning into that as well, but also promoting my brand through it because, like I said, I do content. So like the type of content I do is fashion content. So if I'm wearing my clothes and then I'm taking the brand page, they're like, "Oh, that hoodie hard. Where you get that from? Oh, it's mine.
It's yours, yeah.
So kind of just dabbling in everything is kind of my goal.
Okay, so back to the inspiration, because I want to know for myself too. So usually sometimes if I'm like stuck when it comes to like posters, for episodes, those type of things, I kind of look at other people. I don't steal what they do,
No, yeah,
but it's
inspiration.
like an inspiration
Yeah,
type of
exactly.
thing. So I know you said earlier you do like when you see something, but how can you put it into your like brand? How do you go about that from the business aspect? So it's not like, oh, you
Yeah.
just straight up copy what I did.
Yeah, definitely. Just having my own brand image into it because I do have logos that I use for my own stuff. So, just making sure people recognize that it is mine and I'm not copying off of this. But like, if somebody asks, "Oh, this looks kind of like the inspiration," like I will admit that I'll take inspiration from this guy.
Yeah.
But I'm just letting you know that
It's your own.
yeah, this is my part. Like you can see KMT all over this and see that this is mine still.
So you're a student, obviously, full-time student, and your
Freshman.
brand. So how did you, like, what's a average day in the life? Like, you're
Yeah.
in school, but you also have, like, a busy day for your brand, too.
Yeah, so I have classes like in the morning and I have classes in the afternoon. So most of my classes are like 9 a.m. Then I have a 3 p.m. So
Okay.
kind of that gap, that's kind of where I do studying for a couple hours. Then I might have some me time for a couple hours with my friends, whatever, playing the game, whatever. And then I'll do some design work for the brand. And then I'll go to class, and then after that, I'll do some more design work, and then, yeah.
Have you ever had to like put your brand on hold for just a second when school gets, you know, crazy?
Yeah. Finals week last semester, yeah, I had to, because I had this history class. Boy, yeah.
Yeah,
I
I
need
get
to lock
it.
in. I had
Because
to lock in.
sometimes I can't record because it's like, well, you
Yeah,
know,
I mean, at
got,
the end of the day, we in school, so, you
Yeah.
know, gotta get my grades right. And, you know, both my parents, they teachers, so,
oh,
yeah,
that
kind of get
makes
on that.
sense. So how was that, like, growing up with teachers? That's
Yeah.
kind of interesting.
Well, my dad, he was an ex-teacher. He's a pastor now, but, you know, he still has the educational background. And then my mom, you know, she's been bouncing around from school to school being a teacher and, you know, being a reading specialist and all that. So kind of growing up, I wouldn't say it was difficult, but, you know, you definitely were held to a higher standard, especially because I am the youngest sibling. I have an older
Okay.
sibling as well. So, you know, being held up to a higher standard to do good in school and then, you know, participate in school and all that, that was kind of how it was.
So how did you, like, because obviously your parents are in education, so
Mm-hmm.
how did you go seeing education all your life to then doing something, like, totally different as,
Yeah,
like,
I
creation?
know. Yeah, I kind of felt like a black sheep in that type of way because, you know, they never really saw this before because, you know, in their age, they didn't really have iPhones. They didn't know what, you know, Instagram was. That wasn't around
Yeah.
when they were growing up. So kind of showing them that, okay, listen, this is what I want to do. This is how I'm going to do it. And, you know, they're very supportive. Like, they're very
Yeah, that's
supportive of
good.
it. But just I have to communicate that to them in a different type of way. Because I can't just communicate like, oh, yeah, you got to like this on Instagram just like I'm talking to one of my friends. Because they don't
Yeah.
understand, like,
What that is.
exactly. So, like, kind of just communicating to them in the best way I can and, like, showing them this is how this works, this is how I'm going to lay this out, this is how this drop process is going to go. That's how I got to do it. Just communicating, really.
That's sweet. And then you're from Chicago, right?
Yeah, Southside.
So how is that coming from? Well, Chicago, what is like 8, 9 hours from here? Because I'm from Detroit. That's like the same.
11.
11. Dang.
That drop was,
Oh, you drive there?
like, when I
That's-
was first coming here. I fly now, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Talk about, I'm legit now. I'm flying.
Yeah.
So how was that when you first came here? Like with your brand and everything coming from like a different, you know, state and everything.
Yeah. We're in Chicago, like, we have a creative scene, but it's not as prominent as it is here, though. You know, at HBCU, there's a lot of creative voices, so kind of being around more creative people was kind of a culture shock. Cause it's like, dang, I never really been around this many people that's doing the same things I want to
That
do.
you're doing, yeah.
So, like, getting out of my comfort zone, because I'm not a very talkative person, but coming to college and being like, listen, I got to make this happen for myself, because if I don't, who else is going to?
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's kind of what I had to do and had to make the difference. So it was definitely culture shock, but just getting out of my comfort zone and reaching out to more people and, you know, saying, yo, you want to help me with this photo shoot? Yo, you want to help me model for this brand? You know, yeah.
Stuff like that. The
Yeah.
network, yeah, that's strong. And then do you think your community is stronger here or in Chicago in like regards to your brand?
I would say here is is stronger. I feel like when I go back home, though, and, like, I grow the brand in Chicago more, you know, because I already got connections that I'm building up back at home. So, like, when I come home for summer, I feel like it's going to be around the same.
It's gonna be the same.
Yeah, but currently right now, I'd say probably more.
Okay. And then is there like, do you want to stay here or go back home like once you graduate and
I'm not staying in Baltimore. I'm not going to lie. Like, I
Yeah.
love Morgan, but the city of Baltimore, I don't know.
Baltimore? No.
Not my vibe. I don't know. I don't really like it. I was thinking about going back home to Chicago, but there's also cities like Atlanta that's also really big with networking and, you know, clothing brands. So kind of just figuring it out as I go. But
Yeah.
not Baltimore, though. No.
Okay, so when it comes to your brand and your personal life, are you a risk taker when it comes to like dropping stuff? And then are you a risk taker when it comes to like making certain decisions?
I feel like I've kind of become that because I'm a self-doubter. Like, I'll look at a piece, I'll be like, no, this is trash. But I'll show it to all my friends who are like, bro,
It's
drop
good,
this.
yeah.
Exactly. Because, like, I overanalyze, like, yeah. Because I'll look at a piece, I'll be like, I'm looking at every single little detail. But, you know, a person who doesn't have the same eye for it like I do, because
yep.
I'm making it, you know, they might be like,
They're like,
"Bro,
this
what
is
you-"
fire.
Exactly, like, drop
yeah.
this. Like, my biggest product right now, the Unity T-shirt, I was never going to drop that. But I wore it to school one day. You know, my friends and, you know, everybody was telling me, like, ain't this your brand? Bro, drop this. What are you doing? So it's
Yeah.
like, I kind of got to get out that mindset of just self-doubting.
Yeah, and then how does like that encouragement that you have help you in your process? Because I'm sure it helps a lot, but how
Yeah.
does it help you personally?
It definitely helps with, like, my confidence with dropping because even if I don't think something is good, I might just be like, listen, I'm in my head too much. Let me relax. Let me take a step back, come back to this product in a few days, whatever it may be, and then be like, oh, maybe this is good. Like, maybe I did do my thing on this. Maybe
Yeah.
I did design this well.
So some days are you more creative than others? Because I know for me, it's like I just can't come up with nothing right now. But then the next day, I'm like,
Definitely. Yeah, sometimes it's at 3 a.m. motivation just be hitting. And, you know, I get in my laptop. I'm like, yo, I gotta cook some. You know, I gotta go crazy with this because, like I said, I want this to happen. Like I want this to work. You know, because this is what I love doing. And I seen how it's impacting a small community like we got here in Morgan. Imagine how it could impact the world. Like I can see where I want this brand to be, and I can see where it can grow or where it could go, and I can see how much it's grown just in the past year of me being here. You know, so that's giving me the motivation. But definitely just like there's some days where I'm in a slump. You know, where I'm like, dang, I don't know what to crave for this. Like, what should I do? But there's other days where it's like, yeah, let's get to this.
Yeah. Would you ever create something for like someone else? Like if they ask you as like more like as a designer, because you obviously, know that world and everything.
Yeah.
Someone was like, hey, I like your stuff. Can you do something for me?
Yeah.
Like, how would you go about that?
I mean, of course, it's gonna have to be a price. You
Oh,
know?
of course.
Of course, gotta get my money in. But yeah, definitely, I would do that for somebody else though. You know, I feel like I could take on a little creative director role for somebody.
Yeah,
and,
that'd be
have
fire.
my expertise, and maybe if they don't have the expertise of designing
help
or
them.
behind the scenes work, then I could help.
Yeah, that'd be fire. Because then you could also, expand what you can do as a business, man and everything. But that's fire. So what else should I ask you? You said you started junior year, right?
Yeah.
High school. Okay. And then what? You're
Freshman.
freshman. Okay. I got it right. Okay. So, and you're from Chicago. Everything came to Morgan. Oh, was Morgan your first choice? Your first choice. Sorry.
Well, at first, I was thinking about Morehouse. You
Really?
know, Morehouse was definitely my first choice. Like, I wanted to be
Yeah.
a Morehouse man. I got uncles that go there. I was like, yeah, I got to go to Morehouse.
Yeah, I applied to Spelman. Yeah.
Yeah. And I got in, but, like, they waitlisted me mad long. Like, it was up until the date I had to commit.
Oh.
So, I took my visit to Morgan because I already took visits to all my other HBCUs because I've always been on the HBCU track. Like, I
Yeah.
always wanted to go HBCU. But once I took my visit to Morgan, that really changed everything because, like, the people were cool. I saw how they were always, like, improving the campus. And, of course, Morgan does have its issues. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, my God, Morgan is the perfect HBCU. Like, because it's not. No HBCU is perfect. No college is perfect, for that matter.
No.
But just seeing,
It has its good parts, though,
exactly,
for
yeah.
sure.
Just seeing that when I was in person, more than anything, that definitely made Morgan my first choice.
Okay. Because I don't know if you know, but Morgan wasn't my first choice. It wasn't on my list at all. And then I came and visited, I toured the school, and then that's when I really, really liked it. Because I'm in journalism, so I really like their program and everything. And you're a business major?
Multi-platform production. So I'm in the
Oh,
same
my
building.
gosh.
Yeah.
We're the same major.
Yeah.
That's fire, though. Do you want to take business classes since you're like,
Yeah.
you know?
I was
the
thinking about
business world?
minoring in business because, like, at first when I was coming to Morgan and, I chose my major, it was kind of like I was on the videography and photography track. And I'm still on that, but, like, shifting my gaze more to business and the business side of things when it comes to my clothing brand because I've seen how it's grown here. That's kind of changed my mind a little bit.
Yeah.
But I definitely do want to take classes for both, though, because that's a great tool to have.
Yeah,
learning
absolutely.
how to do film, learning how to do photo. Not even just for a business, but just,
In general.
It's a cool skill.
Yeah. So when you graduate, is this like realistically, is it something that you can do solely by yourself, or is it like I'm gonna pursue something else in like the film production world, but still do my business?
Yeah, I feel like I definitely will, like, expand to that. I still want to do stuff in videography and photography because that is another passion that I have. Like I said, like, I got my hands in everything. There's so many things I want to do.
Yeah.
And, we only got so much time here on Earth.
Yeah.
So just kind of doing everything I can. That's the main goal.
And then, so with photography and stuff, when did you start that? The same time around your YouTube journey, or?
Nah, I actually started photography, like, last year.
Oh, so it's
first
like a
off,
recent thing.
Yeah, just starting off. Because my brother's a photographer.
Okay.
So, like, seeing him do photo. And then later on, me, like, realizing, oh, this is kind of cool. Like, capturing images in different areas of life through photo. There's actually a guy that goes here to Say It Powers. He does a lot of video and photo work.
Yeah.
Seeing him. And before I even knew about Morgan State, just seeing his work and being like, yo, that's dope. I want to do that. Like, just capturing Black voices through photo and video means.
Yeah.
I wrote a whole essay about that. That was my college essay to get into here.
Oh, okay.
I was like, yo, that's cool. I want to do that. So, yeah, it's inspiration.
So I know we did not experience our first homecoming,
Nah.
sadly.
Yeah.
But if we did, what would have been like your thing to do with alumni coming back, sharing your brand, things like that?
Yeah, definitely just networking, as much as possible because there is a lot of alumni that comes through here. Like I said, St. Paris, he would probably have been a homecoming. And even if I didn't meet him at that little event that he had, I would probably want to meet him there because that's definitely a big thing that I'm trying to do is network as much as possible. And, you know, alumni, they show love. Like,
Yeah, they do.
especially at HBCUs, they will show you love, bro. Even if they're not giving you $5,000, they're still gonna pass on
Yeah.
mad game to you. You know, so yeah, exactly. hmm And just the knowledge that you'll have in your brain from somebody who already went through what you're doing, and then you know where you want to go, and they're kind of already there.
Yeah.
Yeah. nothing
So
beats that.
how do you like through your process with school, with your brand, and just personal stuff? How do you stay optimistic for like every part of your life? Because it's a lot of parts, clearly.
Yeah, definitely.
So how do you stay kind of like looking at the future, like we still got this, a positive mindset, that type of stuff?
I mean, I've always had that mindset, just being a go-getter. You know, I know what I want, and you can ask my parents. Like, I'm hard-headed. When I know I want something, I'm gonna get it by any means. So, like, just having that mindset that, listen, this is what I want to do, and I'm gonna make it happen. Because everybody tells me, you know, yeah, you got a future in this, but me making it happen for myself, that's the main thing that matters.
Not everyone, did anyone in the beginning, and even now, did anyone like doubt you and your passion for the brand, anything?
Not really, actually. Like, I'm kind of blessed to say that because,
Yeah.
you know, I've had a lot of positive voices around me who support me. Obviously, like, I've had my self-doubts and stuff, but no, not really anybody else.
How would you approach that if that ever like came to you in the future?
I mean, at the end of the day, it's gonna happen. You know,
Yeah.
you're not doing nothing right if nobody's hating on you. So, just keep that in my head that I can do this, and you know, you don't really matter because at the end of the day, are you me? Are you creating this?
Yeah.
You're not. So, you know, your opinion, I don't want to say it's invalid, but
It really is.
Yeah, it's kind of invalid. You know.
So when you go about networking and stuff, do you have like an elevator pitch? Do you know what that is?
No. What's that?
So it's like an 8-second pitch that you tell someone about yourself.
Oh yeah.
So like about your brand, or if you're in school, about what you want to do in school for like a job or anything.
Yeah, I really just tell them, you know, I'm a young entrepreneur, a Kingsman Together owner of Kingsman Together, and the meaning behind this brand is just bring people together. Just giving them my brand thesis and what I live behind, you know, what I do for this brand, and just the kind of things I want to do with this brand in the future.
Yeah.
You know, so they kind of have an idea of what I want to do.
Would you ever like not change, but just I would say evolve the meaning of your brand like in the future?
Yeah.
Or I know it'll always stay on that basis, but like would you ever add to it later on?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like eventually I will, you know, as I mature and grow more, you know, and I got more following. So I feel like, yeah, I will. But right now, I feel like I can't really say that for sure. I feel like that's just something that got to be seen.
Yeah. And then, so I remember you saying your parents worked in education. Did you ever want to go that route? Like
No.
when you were younger, or you were like, no,
Nah, that's
I'm
not
not
for me.
doing this.
Like the education field is cool. You know, my grandma, she was in education as well. But me, nah, I'm kind of cool off that. That was never me. I was always kind of more into the creative stuff, you know.
Yeah. And then you said your parents like supported you right from jump.
Yeah,
That's
definitely.
great. Because I know some people, they'll be like, well, when they go the creative route, some parents, like you said, they just can't understand
Yeah, that's the main thing.
what it means to go that route. Because sometimes it's not, it's like unsteady.
Yeah,
Like something like education, that might be like a very steady road to go on. But for us, it's like you never know
Yeah,
what's
I
going to
know.
happen in the future. So
Yeah.
how do you, when you think about that, like your road not being steady, how do you still like be optimistic about it?
I mean, yeah, it's definitely not steady. You know, anything can happen with this. It doesn't have to be successful, but I guess just me keep working hard and, you know, keep trying to make this shit happen and keep on going with the ideas that I have in my head. You know, that's the main thing. Just
Yeah.
staying consistent with everything.
So anything other words of wisdom you want to drop?
Yeah, I guess if you just start a clothing brand, do it. You know, you think about it, do it, bro. You got a name for it. You know, you got a few ideas. Listen, bro, the time is right here, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you don't gotta wait for this to happen. Like if you want to make this, then do it. Ain't nothing gonna come out of you just waiting.
Yeah.
Because that was me for a while. Like I was just doubting, waiting to drop this and that. But if you just get over that feeling and, you know, just like start, there's no stopping.
And then one more question before you go. So when it comes to like the business world, who taught you or where did you learn like about it? Because doing a brand, that's like heavy
Yeah.
business stuff. Even though you're very creative on that side, doing the business side, that's something new compared to, you knowing how to do the creatives and stuff.
Yeah, my mom was. She used to be in marketing, so she actually helped me out a lot with marketing. But also, there's a YouTube channel called World and Vision. It's WRLD or INVSN. Yeah, World Envision.
That's a brand, right?
Yeah.
I know that brand.
And they got a YouTube channel. That YouTube channel, they put you on game. Like, their game is crazy. They teach you how to budget. They teach you how to create mock-ups, how to text manufacturers, the manufacturers to use. They lay out everything that you need to become to that level. Because, you know, they're a really big brand. They're like 6-7 figure brand.
But that's dope that they're not gatekeeping. Because some people,
I know.
you ask them, they be like, you just got to get it on your own or something.
Man,
I be
got
like,
a story
man.
about that, bro. Like, I was making a chain because, you know, like I said, I got big things coming in 2024. You know, can't talk too much about it. But, yeah, I was asking this dude, like, yo, what's this manufacturer they use for the chain? They fire. This dude tried to charge me $150 for a chain manufacturer. I'm like, nigga, are you crazy?
That's
like,
crazy.
No, bro, I'm not paying $150 for something I could find myself. And I went on Alibaba, the site I use for my manufacturers, and I found it in like 10 minutes. And that low-key blew me because I'm like, bro, you that money hungry that you charging $150 for a manufacturer that I just found,
That's
bro?
crazy.
Like, that's insane. And that's definitely something I want to do, like, as I grow. Like, when people ask me for a manufacturer, sometimes I can see why people gatekeep because at the end of the day, you know, not so much the competition aspect, but the timing of products being created. Yeah. It's like the time of products being created that can kind of mess up your flow. But at the end of the day, like, you should still want to show love and, you know, at least help other people grow instead of, you know, just kind of being selfish. I don't want to be that type of way. And I kind of don't dislike people that are that way because why are you gatekeeping that's free to the world, bro? Like, you know.
Like, everyone knows.
Exactly.
But if I ask you, why aren't you letting me know?
You're trying to tax me for that, a crazy amount? Like, are you, nah.
So how did you go? Did you ever have like a process with manufacturers? Like you tried one, didn't like it, and like found a perfect one?
Yeah.
Or was it like a one shooter?
Yeah. I feel like I've had a lot of good luck with manufacturers. Like, with my hoodies, they came out perfect the way I wanted to. But I can't say for every product, you know, for every product, there's going to be different manufacturers. You know, there's hat manufacturers, there's beanie manufacturers, there's T-shirt manufacturers. So
so they're all different?
Yeah.
They're like different stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought it was, I don't know what I thought, but I thought it was like the same person or manufacturer, and then they just do anything you ask.
It can be. Like, there's some that do hoodies and T-shirts, but there's some that like specialize in jackets, and there's some that specialize.
And that's probably what you want.
Yeah, exactly. 'Cause they'll give you the best product, the best quality, the best prices, all that. So, you know, just going through, and it's definitely trial and error, but I can't say that I've had pretty good luck with choosing right manufacturers. But look at those reviews, because some people, they like scam reviews, so make sure that you checking in with people, you know, that have brands, you know, are willing to share the information for valid manufacturers. So it's definitely trial and error, but it's not that hard to find a good one if you really just doing your due diligence and really looking through the reviews and the products. Yeah.
So what's your biggest goal for your brand, like now, and then where do you want it to be in the future?
Really just grow and make a living off this and, you know, continue to spread my brand message and do different things like this, you know, just giving game to people who want to start a brand and maybe haven't yet, and, you know, people who just maybe look to me for inspiration, because there's people that do, and, you know, I appreciate those people. So just keep doing stuff like this and keep spreading the message of my brand and, you know, helping people move together.
All right, well, thank you so much. I appreciate you dropping wisdom.
Yeah.
Any people want brands out there, you know, hit them up. I'll put all your stuff below. And thank you so much. All right, peace out.